everybody. Welcome to the Bad Blood Q&A live stream. I'm Moondog, and we have as my co-host here, we have Sonic to my immediate screen right. So, oh no, wait, I'm looking this way to have you. Okay, so we have you in there, and next to him we have Siamp, who's been a long time volunteer staff member, Chrono Master, and Embed. Immediately below me, we have Doc, who is the CO of Deus Ex. And next to him, we have Mark Thomas, who is the new CEO for this year of Black Shirts, aka Archimedes. So, gentlemen, I'll let you have. We'll start with Ian. We'll give a brief introduction for those of you who are new to the event, and let you know a little bit about us.
They're sick of me. Ian, I am the assistant whatever you want to call me, game manager. I'll be the person most likely bothering you throughout the day out on the field, making sure everything's going smoothly, seeing how everything runs, if you're having fun. I was actually talking to one of the guys earlier today. He's was one of our embeds, but now he's been relegated down to player, which is pretty cool. About something Primer and I did a couple years ago, where we completely zoned out, and we spent about 15 minutes just standing there watching a 3-man fight and just watching these three guys just go at it for like 15 minutes, just completely oblivious to everything around us. And I was saying that's what I love most about the game, is just watching all just this epic stuff happen all over the place. It's so much fun. So anyway, I'll be out there making sure everybody's having fun, following the rules, and nobody gets stupid.
All right, and next to Sonic, we have Siamp. Siamp, how are you doing this evening?
I'm all right. I've been a long time player. I was an embed. I was a CO. I was a medic. What else haven't I done? Whatever Moondog needs me to do, I usually end up doing until he gets mad at me and tells me to go away. And then that's pretty much it. I mean, I don't play as much as I used to because of health issues, but I do get out there and throw BBs. So I love the sport. And I remember what you were talking about, Ian. I think I was at that game when I saw you guys just standing there like, duh.
Yeah. It was 2 years ago. It was just so much
Yeah.
fun.
All right.
Excellent. And so immediately below me, we have Doc. Doc, this is your second year as CO. Is that right?
Second year as a CO, and gentlemen, I had to make sure this evening that I covered up certain things, so I didn't make sure the live stream didn't go down tonight. So, if as a surprise, this is the battle flag. This is the new battle flag we're going to be using this
Check
year.
it out. Sonic, can you zoom in on that?
I can. Very nice. Very nice.
Vanna White it for you. So we got those, and then we have the patches that'll be there the day of the event.
Excellent. So that's super cool. So the patches, that's only for Deus Ex players.
For the faction players, I'll also, in good sportsmanship, I'll share some with you guys. I made sure to make some extras so that I could share, and everybody likes a good patch. But I want to make sure that the faction's taken care of first for being a part of Deus Ex, and then we'll I'll dish out a few extra. But shout out to PVC Patch Hub. They're the ones that made our patches for us, and then especially Eric, who's the XO. He got the design finalized for us. He helped me deal with some rough areas. And everything's now here. The patches and the flags are. So we're set to go.
Back in my playing days, I was a longtime Marxist embed, and but I still liked to see what everybody else was doing, and I was gifted this one year.
Yeah, that's actually so. If I can have the floor for 2 seconds, the story behind the patch, because I have to give a shout out to TJ as well. He's the one that, like, Tex and I last year wanted to do a patch for this year, so that was the original idea. Tex had to step away for family reasons. Good ones, by the way. Nothing bad, awesome stuff. Yeah. But he has good reasons for his family, but he won't be with us this year. TJ helped me out a little bit, get organized a little in the early stages, and he actually made the original design based off of that patch. And then we kind of morphed with it a little more, and then he stepped away, and then Eric, my XO now, is the one that came up with this final design. So that's how it all came to be. And then we had nice little donations to make sure that the patches got here on time.
Super
I gotta,
cool.
I gotta see if I can bring it with me because Tom will get a laugh out of it. I still have the money with your face on it from that one game,
Oh,
and I still have the ID card for the GRD team.
Oh, I still have all those patches.
So do I. I have the cash, the ass, because my initials are ass. So, but I didn't play for that team.
oh yeah. Well, that was a Tantalum contract, different game.
Yep.
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
but it's funny. Every once in a while I come across the money and I'm like, oh shit.
But that's super cool, Doc. Thanks for doing that. Now, the Deus Ex players have to what do they have to uh, uh, put in for the patches?
Buy your tickets, show up on the field, and go get me a win.
All right, there you go. And
There.
folks, don't forget you can purchase your tickets. The only place you can purchase your tickets is online at evic.com. That's the only place you can't buy them on the field that day. And Deus Ex actually is the closest to selling out this year, or at least the closest to selling out first this year. So I would urge you to purchase your tickets now rather than later, just to make sure that if you want to get
What's the
on
cap? What's the cap? What's the total cap again?
250 per
250
faction,
per team?
except
Okay.
for tribals that they have a different cap. Which, but anyway, yeah, 250 per team is the maximum we will have at this game. So get your tickets now. Get your tickets, or else you're going to be crying later. Okay. Um, this is actually a good time to announce we're going to be giving away. Oh, sorry, Mark. I didn't mean to cut you off. Archimedes, we have a new CO. Archimedes is going to be joining us to replace another CO who again had to bow out this year for family reasons. But Archimedes actually was embedding, but now stepped up and is taking over Black Shirts. You were playing, was it Greens last year?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Archimedes, why don't you give us a little bit of a background?
Well, we've been playing Airsoft for about 2 years. I'm just a dad trying to make the best life for my son.
Yes.
And, we actually started out with Nerf battles, a local club, and then graduated up to the Airsoft thing. We were just talking about that yesterday morning. We were on our way out to the field to play. It's been 2 years. Been a lot of fun. We've been able to travel a little bit. We came up to Bad Blood last year. We were up at Apocalypse, one of Paul's events up there at Skirmish, and we play a little bit down here in Conestoga at a place called Ambush. So we get around a little bit, and we've been having a lot of fun trying to keep this fat old man in shape. So
We're glad
Awesome.
to have you.
this
Yeah.
will be an interesting experience. I feel a
Heard
little bit
you,
like I am that when I told Moondog anything you need me to do, just let me know. So
I appreciate both of you guys like that. And like Siamp, he was a CO for a while too. But I think your job description in real life probably is the closest to what the experience is like being it's you're a high school teacher, right?
yeah,
Oh, he's a
Yes.
sheep herder.
Yes.
we're actually a comprehensive vocational technical school. So we get our students both their vocational training and their academics.
Oh, okay. So
Same
actually,
building, same day.
hopefully the kids who gravitate to that are a little more level-headed than
They
some
are.
of your typical. Yeah.
Yeah.
So technical school. What kind of trades do you guys cover? I remember when I was. It's a shame when I was going to high school. They had everything from, you know, auto to metal shop, wood.
Woodworking.
They even had agriculture. I took a horticulture class when I was in middle school, and who takes that in a big city? I mean, I can
I,
understand that if you're going to middle school or high school in like Iowa or
I
somewhere, but
remember home economics.
yeah, I took that too.
Oh yeah, home ec was fun.
Hmm.
That's where all the girls were.
Just
We
about to say that.
we've actually got
They play
about
that game.
24, 25 programs. There's diesel technology, auto tech, rotary
Wow.
finishing. There's a sort of like precision metals, technical machining. There is like a law enforcement, emergency responder, small engine repair, horticulture, masonry, carpentry, welding. There's a cosmetology program, veterinary assistance, um, dental assistance.
Wow,
Two,
that is a broad range.
yeah, there's two or three of the computer sciences, culinary arts, nursing assistants. Yeah, it's a big school. 9 through 12, we've got just about 1,000 students.
Dang, I want to send my kids there.
They get fed in from about 7 schools around the county. So it's a really interesting mix. We've got kids from way up in the northern part of the county that are very rural, and we've got kids from right there in the heart of Harrisburg, from downtown. And they end up sitting next to each other, becoming best of friends in 4 years' time.
That's great. And you're guy because you're not far from Harrisburg, so you're centrally located for the state, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's awesome. I wish they had those kind of programs where I'm at. But
If they're looking for teachers, I actually work in the automotive field as an EV mechanic.
you're where Siam, you're what part of the state?
Oh, I'm in Long Island, New York.
Oh, okay. So that's yeah. That'll be a
I
bit of
don't mind. I would move.
okay.
I don't need much space. Give me a camper somewhere in the woods.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Make
You know,
the
funny.
kids build you one.
Oh yeah, yeah. That would be
They get the carpentry and metalwork kids. Yeah, sure.
sounds like a midterm project. That's awesome. Side note, cosmetology. Um,
My
I
cousin
remember,
did that.
I in high school we had well, every high school has a sort of guidance counselor. So I went
Yeah.
to we had to go sit in with them and talk to them. And she asked, "So, what would you like to get into?" And I said, "Well, I was a big fan of Cosmos from on PBS with Carl Sagan, right? So I said I want to be a cosmologist." So she handed me all of these beauty school brochures, and I'm like, "What is this?" So, for those of you who don't know, cosmology is like a branch of physics that has to do with studying the formation of the universe. So that's as esoteric. I'm sure that you'll get a lot of folks who you run across who are cosmologists. So I don't really fault her too much for misunderstanding that request on my part. All right, so um, we do have one other guest. Hopefully he'll get back on. It looks like we had technical issues, but I'll try to reach out to him. That Mark Sullivan, GD Boomer, was on last week, showing off his M107 Barrett, the real one, and he had a new toy that wanted to share tonight. So hopefully he'll be on. And um, if the timing works out, we had announced last week that we were going to have. We were pretty sure we're going to have a night game. Well, we are even more sure we're going to have a night game at Bad Blood this year. So if you have any more reason to join, we're going to have a night game on Friday night, and that's going to be headed by Primer, who is the head of Team VOA. He's for those of you who've been to previous Bad Bloods, he is the amazing photographer who's been taking awesome photos of you for the last couple of years. He is a professional photographer, graphic designer, so that's where he gets all his skills. But he's going to be running the night game, and hopefully, if he gets back from maybe it's a family wedding or maybe it's a paid gig where he's taking photos. I'm not sure, but
Yeah, it could be a paid gig. You're right.
yeah, so he might be running a little late tonight. So hopefully either tonight or next week he'll be going over a brief of what the night game is going to be about. But one thing I do want to announce to everybody who's on tonight, and I see a lot of folks out there, um, I'm giving away some decals and stickers tonight. And if Sonic, if you could bring the image up.
Do we still have it? Yeah, we still have it.
There we go. So I've got two prizes tonight. I've got a pack of EVIC combat decals and a Night Force pack of decals, and that is a legit Night Force pack. I got it from Night Force, the Night Force booth at SHOT Show this year. So I'm going to be giving that away to everybody who's on the live stream tonight. All you have to do to be entered to win the drawing tonight is to enter your name and email at this Google form, and we're going to list it up over here. And for some reason, I can't. Maybe it's because I'm sharing my screen, but I can't post up the link in chat. Oh, thank you. Thank
It
you.
doesn't mean everybody's gonna be able to see it. It's only going to go to the places that I'm sharing to.
Okay. But let me and stop my screen sharing. Maybe then it'll let me
It
post.
shouldn't. You should be able to access the chat.
Okay. In any case, while I do that, um, what this is I'm gonna ask everybody who's watching right now fill in that form, and towards the end of the night, I'm going to pull everybody's names who've entered in there, and we're gonna put it into the wheel of names, and we're gonna spin for the two winners at the end of the night tonight. There's also another prize that's ongoing that's available to everybody. If you go to my website at moondogindustries.com/contest, and if you enter that contest, all you have to do to be qualified to enter is to be a subscriber to Moondog Go. And probably some of you are already watching this live stream from Moondog Go. That's where I've been posting all of the videos, past videos for Bad Blood. That's my travel channel. And just subscribe to the channel and upload a screenshot of the channel page. That's the homepage for the channel, which is at youtube.com/@moondoggo. Just take a screenshot of the subscribe button that says subscribed and upload it on the form that has your email address, and you'll be entered into the drawing, which ends on June 22nd. And the winner gets a legit Athlon spotting scope with these custom lens caps that were created by OSS. So he's giving away the Athlon spotting scope, and I believe it's a 20 by 60 power spotting scope. It's a really sharp spotting scope, and you have a good chance to win. All you have to be is a subscriber. All right. So tonight we're hoping to get GD Boomer back on.
Yeah, he's in the waiting room, but his video isn't on, so it won't let me add him.
Oh,
Which
that's
is weird. Yeah.
Maybe he didn't think that was a. Let me see if I'll let him know. Well, I wanted to ask you, since we were going to talk about the night game. Let's starting with Ian. Let me. You've played a couple of night games, isn't it?
Oh yeah, I love night
Yeah.
games.
What are some memorable night games? Were you ever at one of the night games that I used to host over at in New Jersey?
At Rooster's Place?
Yeah.
No. But I
Okay.
have done a couple. We did do a couple night games at the old Zulu. That was fun.
I remember those.
Yeah, those were great. No, I love night games.
What'd you describe night games to folks who may be new to Airsoft?
Say that again.
Well, could you describe what night games are like to folks who are new to Airsoft? Because we get a lot of new players.
It's a completely different game. Obviously, it's a bit slower because you need to be a little bit more careful with what you're doing. The different tactics are involved. You don't have to be as sneaky sometimes. You can kind of, walk a little more normal as much as you can see. Yeah, like it's really just it's a different type of game, and it's especially when you go from like when I've done like 24-hour, 40-hour games, when you go from day into night into continuous stream, you kind of just see how everything just very, very drastically changes. Because obviously, light visibility is different. Yeah, and the way people adjust to that. The kind of games that I've always done night games for were period type stuff. So night vision wasn't really a thing. So you didn't have people running around with the big plastic helmets with the rhino mounts and stuff like that. Um,
Starlight scope.
yes,
Yeah.
we do have starlights, sure, but it was more about just learning how to use your natural night vision and and using red flashlights, red filter flashlights, because if you got into a night game and people are trying to even semi seriously, and you shine a white light in their face, ooh, you're gonna have a rough night because you are now the target for the rest of the night because you wash out everybody's natural night vision for a good 15-20 minutes.
Plus, if you see anybody's light, that's where everybody's shooting at.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, immediately.
You get the what you call it, the indoor guys who just they have the strobe light hooked up to their recoil, and it's
Pressure
just like,
switch.
oh
Yeah.
my god, you're killing me. Yeah, don't do that. Don't be that guy with the flashing white light in a night game, because that's gonna
That's
suck.
where flashbang comes in handy.
Yeah, oh yeah, it does. But tracers are amazing. Um, yeah, especially when you can get different colored, tracer ammo. It's so much fun to just watch things just cross. Nobody's getting hit. You know what I mean? Nobody can see what they're doing, but it's fun. Yeah, night games are a completely different animal. But so yeah, I've
It's a
done Vietnam
really
night
waste.
games. I've done some Milsim night games, and honestly, other than the Vietnam games, zombie night games are my favorite
Oh yeah, yeah.
because you can just be just dumb and just have so much fun with. I was always a dedicated zombie, and it's just so much fun just to get out there and just be a pincushion. But oh, it's a blast because you can actually get up and you can touch people. Because in regular day games, you're really not supposed to have any kind of physical contact. But in the zombie
Yeah,
games,
yeah.
you got to actually put hands on people, and
And
you
scared
can
the
scare
bejesus
the
out of them.
shit out
Yeah.
of people. Yeah, it's fun.
Oh, excellent.
I
So let me
think
skip.
I think Primer though wants to be a little bit more Milsim esque with his game because he wants to tie it into the storyline of Bad Blood, which is awesome.
Yeah,
Uh,
and I don't want to steal any thunder from him about that. So I'll let him talk about the details ahead of time. But I want to skip ahead to Mark, since Mark's the had the least number of years playing airsoft. Mark, have you ever seen a night game or played in one?
Yeah. The I said that ambush field we go to, they do a night game about once a month,
Oh,
and
good.
yeah, it's a pretty good setup. They use the lighted armbands. They light up red to show kill,
Hmm.
and they're lit up for whatever color team, blue, red, or blue, purple, green, and that's how we identify who's who while we're running around. They have a pretty good kind of like a city and a big, uh, almost a castle type. So yeah, the tracers are zipping around and everything's flying. It's pretty crazy.
That's great.
we will have Ted at about 9:40, 9:45.
Okay, excellent. So let me bounce backwards there. Doc, have you played night skirmishes?
Oh yeah. I've never used night vision goggles. I would love to. I like to sneak around in the dark. I like to be sneaky with a knife and with a gun. Just be that asshole. I'm sorry. Like, but you know what I mean? Like, it's
Yeah.
fun. It's
Yeah.
fun. And I've had many opportunities at different events, whether it's through Mark's events or other event runners, factories and military bases. And you speak of the tracer rounds. That's always fun. But you it can be really fun
And
or it
really
can be
annoying.
a complete nightmare. And then you're like, damn it, I'm out of here. Screw this. And then you're walking off the field instantly.
Nah,
But
you can't be that guy. You got to suck it up.
well, yeah, and then that's when you get talked back, and you're like, "Come on, man, just one more." All right, we'll go. But I have many memories, a lot of fun. It's different, and if you guys need help with the night game running it, I'm all hands on deck. I'll be there.
Okay, well, definitely PM Ted in the staff channel,
Okay.
and but it sounds like he's bringing out his whole VOA team, so they should be pretty well covered, I think. But
Fair enough.
I think they'll I'm sure they'll appreciate any help that you can lend out there.
I'll be there. So if
Cool.
anything, just let me know.
Cool. Siamp, did you play any of the night games
Oh,
that I?
I went to the. I played numerous night games. I like Ian. I've gone to ones. I actually did the one in Oklahoma. That's a week that you're out in the field
Oh
playing
wow.
airsoft. I played twice in Europe, but the best night games I've played have been Pine Plains when that was available up in Fort
Ooh,
Drum,
yeah.
Hmm.
and the Cove. And the Cove was a blast because I was there with guys I was in the military with. So we had night vision goggles,
Uh,
military radios, and we're sitting there just taking a rest because you're out in the field. So you set up a perimeter and you take a rest. Well, we can see people coming. They can't see us. We just let them walk right up on us. We just opened up on them, but you see traces just coming out of everywhere. People are cursing. And yes, we were those guys that were like, just go run around like Doc said, just being that asshole. But it's a blast. And yes, like he said, there are times that you'll be walking along and you'll twist your ankle like, God damn it, I'm getting the hell out of here. This and
Or
I'm
you
leaving.
trip
And
over some tire in some random warehouse and you fall flat.
you
And
trip
you're
over
the unfortunate
somebody.
soul that falls over with everyone's laughing at. That
Or you
happened.
trip over somebody laying there with a knife waiting to knife you. And then you're like, oh, I'm going home. You like you can't because I'm the one that drove you here. You got to stay. So, but
My
they're fun.
first night game. Was Red Storm East, and I will always remember this. And I think who was the CO of the other team? They were on the black team. We were multicam, but we're setting up, and I'd never done a milsim before. I'm like, "Ooh, this is great!" It's 7 o'clock. It's pitch black. It's April 1st. It's about 30 degrees. It's freezing cold, and I'm getting in there, and our squad, my team is like, okay, the 9 of us, we're going to sit back here. This is what our job is. We're going to defend. We'll be the last line defense. Sure. It's in a factory somewhere, the Lace factory in Scranton.
oh
And
yeah,
it's a
yeah.
bunch of buildings, right?
Hmm.
So my buddy's like, hey, Kent, make sure you have a death light. Like, you're going to need that tonight. I'm like, okay, cool. Yeah, thanks. We're checking one another. We're like, we're just talking. Half hour goes by. We don't hear anything. Nothing. Then all of a sudden, I start seeing this long line of red lights start walking back. Not just 10, like all of us walking back. I'm like, oh, this is about to get real, huh? So,
What
and
happened?
that's where it struck me, and then I fell through. Then a leg went through the floor, but that
Oh
was
no!
that happened. But it was interesting. It was a fun event, and I think someone fell down a stairwell or an elevator shaft that night too.
Oh,
In the
it's
dark.
only an elevator shaft.
Yeah, there was an elevator shaft and it wasn't blocked off or anything. And I think someone's trying to. I don't know the story behind it. Don't quote me on that one, but
Okay,
someone
that's
fell
He
down
was
it. I think.
he was trying to change floors. I know the incident you're
Oh,
talking about.
you yeah, see, you were there. The dude
He
went
was
down the
trying to
elevator.
like shimmy down the cables quietly.
Oh, come
You know,
on.
Oh, okay. So that's all on
kind
him.
of like the
That's
Green Mountain Rangers, running on top of buildings and rappelling off of buildings and hiding stuff. There were some people there that were trying to do that. I'm elite. Look at me.
Yeah, with the Vietnam stuff though, what we were doing, because we try and recreate the same tactics as well. Like we don't just use modern tactics, right? So
Did you have flares?
uh sometimes,
Most
yeah. But the big thing though, what makes it the worst is when it comes nighttime in a Vietnam game, 9 times out of 10 the GIs will retreat to their fire base and try and defend it,
Yeah.
right? Well, we've got radios. We can talk to each other about what's going on. Historically, though, the Vietnamese troops didn't have radios. They communicated through whistles.
Ah.
So it's 2 o'clock in the morning. You're tired. You're scared out of your wits because you have no idea what's going on. You're defending this spot of blackness, and then you just hear whistles surrounding your position. And it's a game, but at that moment in time, it is absolutely terrifying. And that's why we do it. But yeah.
That's great. I remember we did a couple of I hosted a couple of night games at Brewster at this field in New Jersey, and Ted, who's was mentioning is going to be running the night game this year, This is the first year he had gotten, I think, some Sordens or some other ear pro, and you know how they can amplify the sound around you.
Yeah.
And it messed him up because he would hear the folks crawling over to his position, but they were way far off. So eventually he had to just take that off because he was just freaked out by all the sounds. And but so um, the zombie games, I did a couple of zombie games there, and the but Ian, you weren't part of the zombie games.
No, not back at Roosters. I was doing the zombie games when we were using Zulu and stuff like that, the pin and Cookies Field and stuff.
Gotcha.
I
No,
miss Cookies Field.
Yeah.
yeah. ETs will be much missed for those of you who don't know. There was a field in New Jersey that was at the adjacent and to sort of the backyard of of Wild West City, which is one of those roadside attractions that from the great days of the 50s, where in the summer they would open up and you could bring your family there and see uh, sort of Wild West stunt shows happen there. But the woods behind there were also part of the property that was owned by the owner of Wild West City, and there was a secret or kind of secret paintball airsoft field behind there that was great. But sadly, both of those areas are gone to us.
Yeah.
Hmm. Now, the way I ran, those of you who have done zombie night games, the way I did it was sort of with the deadlights, but in reverse,
Right.
where live players had to keep them on, and so the zombies got to turn them off, but the zombies could see you and were drawn to you.
Or we
Ooh.
used. I remember one year we used the whip like glow sticks,
Hmm.
and we had to put those on our iPro and stuff. So yeah, the survivors were visible, and the zombies are not.
In the pitch
And
black, huh?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
so that's how
Ooh.
the zombies could get at you.
Where are we doing this?
No, well, that might be an
Uh,
idea for a night game next year. I'll let Ted
that
handle this
that
one, but
sounds pretty fun.
yeah. So, while we're waiting for Ted to show up, let me ask a question to everybody here. What are some tips that you would have for a night game? Let's start with you, Siam, so you're the last person to answer.
Some tips.
Hmm.
It really depends on the game. I mean, if you're allowing, like Ian said, and I know some Vietnam games. I never played his, but I played a few. The red flashlight, good, good sturdy boots because you will twist your ankle very easily. And like if they allow glow sticks, and if you have the money and they allow you to do it, like Zulu sometimes they have night games, and they have it's unfair because the house team always gets to have nods, and nobody else is allowed to have them. So if you're allowed to use and you have like night vision or even a night vision spotting scope, use it. But always keep one eye closed. Because if somebody sets off a flare or flashlight, you close the one that just got blinded and you have the other one for night vision right there.
Yep.
That's like the best thing you could do.
Yeah, that's what did you? I don't know if you've watched that episode of MythBusters, but that was one of the thoughts of why pirates always had eye patches. It's not because they'd lost an
The
eye.
gun flashes on the deck of the ship.
So when they boarded a ship and went down below decks to go after any of the sailors, they'd have one eye that was already primed for low light.
Yeah, it's key. It really is.
Hmm.
And the thing is, if you don't, how do I put this? If you don't think about it and you consciously try and use your night vision, you can actually see fine. You really can. And I know I always liked to play in games where we would have the possibility of a full moon,
Hmm.
so at least get some moonlight, and that kind of creates a nice eerie feeling to it. But even without that, there's still enough light that your eye is going to be able to absorb some of it. And if, like you said, if you don't think about it and actively try and prime your own night vision, after a few minutes you'll be able to see just fine. Just take it slow, take it easy, and especially like with EMR, it's a relatively flat field, and I know primer is going to accommodate for that, but there's still little,
Obstacles.
there's ditches and there's stone walls and there's low-lying trees, and there's a bunker you might have forgotten was there. So you're gonna hit shit. So what? Just back up, get your bearings of where you're going, and keep moving on.
Absolutely.
Also, if it's at all possible, like if you've played it EMR enough, you know the layout of the field. I don't know if they're using the whole field for the night game, but like if they're
Pretty
using
much.
where like the Titman Town area is, if you play there enough, get out on the field if you can before, as it's getting low light. Walk around a little bit so you can memorize where everything is. So when it is dark, well, where the hell did that pipe come from? You saw it there 2 hours ago, so you know. If it's at all possible, sometimes they don't let you do it.
That's a good point. Doc, do you have some tips for players who've never done a night game?
Just shut up. That's all you got to do. Shut up and be quiet the whole time.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I can tell you, your voice carries through the woods. Your voice carries through hallways, through tunnels, everything. When you think you're talking like this, I can hear you echoing like 200 yards down the tunnel. So just be quiet, trust your buddies, and kind of move. Just go with the flow, kind of thing. And like everyone else pointed out, there's going to be some adjustment on the fly, meaning the grading of the ground's going to change. Just be prepared, tuck and roll. You'll be all right.
And especially if you're running with like a small group of guys, this is going to sound dumb. Don't be afraid to touch each other. Seriously. I'm serious. You'd be surprised. People are like, oh, I'm not going to put my hand on my friend. Why not? Grab their shoulder, walk in a column. Right?
Delivery was perfect.
I just keep repeating, no homo, no homo.
Yeah, right. Yeah, but just like, just
reach out and touch someone.
Yeah, reach out and touch them,
I'm teasing. I'm just teasing. It was just
I've gained from doing this now for quite some time. And it's just like,
hey Doc, leave it to the guy that wears a kilt.
Yeah.
All right, Mark.
Let's Ian.
Inject a little bit of
shut up, touch someone, tuck and roll. What else?
Dude, why do you keep on touching me? I'm not on your team.
Shut up, remember?
Shut up. Yep. Shut up. It'll be over soon.
Shut up. It'll be over soon.
Oh, God. No, we're done.
All right, Mark. You're up next. Please inject some maturity into this.
I guess I'll try. Don't forget to look around. You get so focused on what's going on in front of you or where you're trying to head to, and someone will literally walk right up behind you. You're done. Yep.
And be nice when they do that to you.
Oh, yeah.
Because they're being generous, not being very rude to mess with you. Just be nice and take the death and on with the day. Sorry.
To your point, Mark, looking around and to your point, Ian, trying to tap into your natural night vision, you're actually your low light sensors. I forget what I think they're the rods in your eyes are more sensitive outside of your central point of focus.
Oh yeah.
So if you see some movement, don't look directly at it. Look off to the side, and you'll be able to see it better at night.
Yeah, but that also goes in with what Doc was saying too about being able to hear things. Mm-hmm. You're going to see stuff that's not there either. It messes with you, but that's part of it. That's how
I'll be the guy walking around with the rubber ducky, squeezing it, going quack quack.
That's so true.
You gotta mess with people. It's night.
Are there any sort of safety tips that you'd have? Because you mentioned, I think one of you guys mentioned that you are probably going to trip over or roll your ankle because of you can't see where the change of slope on the
honestly
on the ground.
Yeah. There's a big one. I feel, at least what I've always tried to institute in my night games was kind of counterintuitive to how we tell you to play in the daytime. When you get hit, turn on your dead light and sit down. Don't stand up and try and walk away because you're just going to get pummeled. sit down, figure out where to go, wait for whatever just hit you to kind of die down, and then just get out of there. You know what I mean? Because you are going to get hit repeatedly, especially if you're, a walking flashlight. Even if it's red, people are still going to hit you. Don't get mad about it. But yeah, your first impression, your first thought is easy. Okay, well, pull my signal device, put my hand up, and walk out. With something like that, just wait it out. Wait for the firefight that just took you out to kind of die down and move on, and then go respawn. There's going to be plenty of time in the night. You're not missing out on anything. Just play it safe, because you're going to get hit from closer distances than you think. Don't get mad about it.
That's another thing about it, is that more than likely you will get hit closer. That's one of the things. One of the reasons why a lot of night games, and hopefully so, have lower FPS limits. It's almost like CQB essentially, because you're going to be engaging people at that really close distance, just because you won't know they're there until they're that
They
close.
surprise you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
Cooler heads prevail. Isn't that what they say?
yeah, and you kind of have to be. Now, would you? We're talking about nods. They really weren't prevalent when I was organizing night games and playing, and they were horrendously expensive back then, and they've gotten a lot cheaper now, and especially with digital night vision.
Yeah, I mean, you can still find like second, third gen Russians for like well under $1,000.
Yeah, well,
Near
that's
people.
not cheap though.
I mean, I still have my military edition one.
If it's not third gen, it's not going to work. Hello, I've used Starlight scopes and they work just fine.
The funny thing is, I still have my Starlight scope that was issued to me while I was in the Army, and it's got my Army nods. I just claimed they fell off the truck.
Oh yeah, of course they fell out. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, even eBay used to sell monocles and scopes for like you could put on rifles. Even one of the dozer work, just put it on your rifle and walk around with the one good eye. The other one's closed. You could see what you're doing. You don't need to see. It's not going to be like you're playing Call of Duty with night vision. It's not going to be like that. If you can get them, get them. If you can't, then I play games without them. It's a lot more fun because nobody knows you're coming.
Oh, here we go. We have Ted. We have Primer on the line over here. So, folks, we have Primer at the bottom left there, who is they're going to be leading.
Bottom right.
Or sorry, bottom right. Bottom right. Thinking my left, but anyway, bottom right screen there, and he's going to be leading the night game. And Ted is the leader of. It's VOA, right?
Yeah.
Yes. And Ted, why don't you give us a little introduction for those of you who, for the folks out there who haven't been to Bad Blood and had their beautiful photos taken by you?
So I've been taking Bad Blood photos since the beginning, I think.
Probably.
Like 2010, 2011,
Mm-hmm.
like way back. So I run Primer Productions. I'm Primer on the field from Airsoft, so people know me as Primer. If people call me Primer, then I'm like, oh, I know you from Airsoft. And I think the only Bad Blood I missed was 2021. Since I think that's the only one that I missed from like all the way back. So if you see photos from Bad Blood, it's most likely my photos, or people associated with me. So that's it's been a long time running.
I think your photos are some of the reason people come.
Oh, sweet. Great. Awesome.
I keep going because I keep waiting to take my picture.
We're taking your photo.
I very rarely have ever seen my photo.
Well, I'll come to tell me where you are on the radio, and I'll try to hunt you down.
Under the biggest tree with my booze.
So Ted, are you prepared to tell the folks a little bit about your night game?
Sure. Yeah. I just walked in the door. Yeah. So I guess the side note is there was a night game like 2 or 3 years ago. That was a lot of fun, and then it stopped. And I run the social media account for Night Vision Devices, which is like one of the top 3 night vision manufacturers in the U.S. So
I didn't know that.
Yep.
Okay.
It's a lot of
Discount.
mill Leo contracts. But so I'm very familiar with night vision, and I'm like, you know what, we should run a night game. And the last op that VOA has hosted was a long time ago because we're all old dudes now, old dudes
You're
with kids.
talking to the wrong
Yeah.
crowd about that.
The one that we were gonna run was supposed to be a night game, um, and I was like, you know what? I'll get some of my old guys back, and we'll run a small scenario for Bad Blood on Friday night. And I think the coolest part is, and I was like, I hope this is cool. Whoever wins, and it doesn't really like uniforms don't matter because it's at night. Uh, but just remember what faction you're part of, and if you win the night game, you get one extra uh, what's it called, stamp for the
Stamp.
next day for your faction. So I think that would be a really cool incentive for you to win. It's kind of like a find this intel, go to this place. Um, it's going to be there's a set amount of space, so the whole field is not open. So it's going to be like a big rectangle. Though I'm going to be marking intel sheets and stuff with glow sticks. So for those of you who don't have night vision or you have flashlights and stuff, you don't have to go searching around bins and stuff. They're going to be clearly marked with glow sticks. So it's not going to be like, oh my God, I'm walking around for half an hour and I can't find anything. I'm marking them clearly. So like, if you're not super into milsim, then you can still participate. You can still have fun. Just, buddy up. Please don't just walk around the field at night by yourself so you don't get lost. I'm gonna take Ian's advice and try to give tokens out so that I can at least get a count of people. And then we're
Oh
gonna be
yes,
all
yeah.
and then we're all gonna get off the field around like 10 o'clock, and then the stragglers, we'll just kind of round you up. My teams, all of us have night vision, so we're gonna be kind of adminning the game. If you get too close to an objective too early, you may run into some force on force fun there. So we're gonna try to run it a little bit so that you have a little bit of time on the field at night, and it'll be good. And there's some cool like kick in the doors, bolt cutter action at the end. So that's what I wanted
Oh,
to do. So
you're gonna bring the bolts to cut?
yep, that's actually I took the Amazon package off my front door right when I got here. So I have a bolt cutter, and I have some old flare bins that they're big that I'm going to be chaining, and you'll have to find the bolt cutter first though to do it. So
Okay.
What time are you looking to start?
8:30 ish, because
Okay.
it gets dark around 8:37. I think I have it written up into my intel sheet. I have a whole slew of intel stuff. You're going to be looking for me at the end. I have a picture of myself as a CIA person, and I'm going to be wearing this bright pink glow stick. You won't be able to miss me. I'm going to be around the Tipman Town. But don't kill me. If you kill me, you have to wait 10 more minutes before I respawn in. So you have to sit there and hope that no one else is trying to look for me too. So you don't have to duke it out with other people.
Ah, okay. Before we get into some details like where it's going to be and where they should meet up to register and what kind of equipment they might need, well, I want to take just a quick break just to remind folks to enter the contest drawing right now. I'm gonna give you guys maybe another minute or so to enter the contest, the drawing, and I'm going to close it out. And then at the end of our live stream, we're gonna do the wheel spins. I'm going to give you guys another minute. Fill out that form right now. So, Primer, where should the folks meet you and at what time on Friday?
I think let's try to meet around 7:45 ish at the right by the regular chrono station. So there's usually picnic tables. There's usually like you know what, I'll mark it on the map, and I'll try to it's like right next to the big building. It's in that little parking lot where like most of the staff park. And I'll just wear that big pink glow stick on my head. You will probably notice me because I'm going to be the only person wearing a boonie in night vision, unless someone else is doing that, because I don't know many people who wear boonies in night vision. So, and I'll probably be wearing tiger stripes, so you'll find me. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. It's K8. No. K7.
Yep.
K7.
K7. All right.
K7. Meet me at K7. You'll see my team there. Um, and then we'll get it going. We'll get you set up. I will have red deadlights for purchase for $1. If you didn't bring yours, I have a lot. So if if you forgot yours, if you brought the wrong color, we do require red, because the other lights will be designated for staff. So green is designated for staff on the field. Red is for dead, and then we have uh, yellow, blue, and something else for other intel things.
Purple.
So, purple. I think I have to look at the sheet. I don't have this sheet of. This is all off
Okay,
the top of
no
my
worries.
head.
So you'll be going over the briefing there with everybody
Yep.
at
Yeah,
about
and I'll
7:30?
I'll hand them out. Make sure you just have a flashlight on you and you have a buddy. That's really it. Don't go too far into the woods. Like the
Radios?
way
Should they be?
radios are good if you like completely get lost. I know there was like a little sheet, like a whistle or something. So if you have like one of the whistles or something, if you completely go off the, so the designated area is, if you're familiar with the field, it's that like wall of the stone wall on the left that goes from like Tipman Town all the way to the back, and then the stone wall to the right, just like maybe 50 feet beyond that. Do you have that map up, or actually
Yeah,
I
give me a
can?
sec. I can bring it back up.
The stone wall on the left would be the one right that runs right past the fort.
Yeah. So I'm looking at, okay, so it goes from J4. So J4 is like the leftmost place that you can go. And
Mhm.
then uh
There's like a path or a creek that
yeah, yep.
a
And
creek.
then L10 is probably the rightmost. So that's like the square boundaries. And I have a map that I made for you all, so you can just keep it on your with an admin light. Um, so, and if you don't have night vision, that is completely fine. I for bad blood, most likely there's like 1%. If you go to like a Milsimop now, it's like way over like 70% of people have night vision. But like I'm not suspecting that. My team has night vision, but I don't think any like too many other people will.
Well, it'll be interesting. Usually it's what do they say, in the land of the blind, the one-eyed man is king. So whoever has night vision is probably
Yeah,
going to be
yeah. And
way
if
overpowered.
you guys ever want to try night vision, I'll have demo units from night vision devices with me. So if you want to walk around, look at the
Oh,
stars,
there's a good enough
um,
reason right there. You're going to
yeah,
get
so you
swamped
can.
with people.
I mean, they can just look through them. I'm not going to let them take them out, but
Yeah,
but you can, yeah, if you can pop them on your helmet, or you just want to look through them, see what Gen 3 white phosphor looks like. I'll have 3 units with me.
cool. All right. Okay, I am loading up the sheets now. Ted, we got a chance to talk about night games in general. Safety. Any safety rules that you have?
Um,
Any
I
FPS
mean,
limits?
there's no like, I think there's what is like a 10-foot kill radius
Grenades
for
for?
no for sorry for like safety kills.
Oh, okay.
What
So 10,
what
10 foot is minimum for safety.
Yeah, like I don't want you just like blasting people because it's at night. Obviously, like if you startle someone, sometimes that happens. Keep a cool head. It's gonna be nice and cool. So definitely, if you have fog tech or like those X fogs, those will really really help you. Don't wear sunglasses. I've seen people come in with sunglasses. Don't do that. It
Oh,
makes it
Ted,
lots worse.
don't wear tinted goggles.
Yeah, don't wear tinted goggles. Uh, Fog Tech or X Fog will help you immensely, especially when you're sweating and it gets cool out.
Or Moondog defog.
Or Moondot. Yes. Yeah, you still sell that. Awesome.
Yeah,
Great.
well, they still sell it over at Evic.
That's great. What else? PID. If like at the end of it when you're hunting around for me, don't just shoot anything that moves, because sometimes it could be your teammates, because friendly fire is a thing. And at night, that's the biggest problem that you find is at night, is even with the night vision on, because everything is like one color, is you're just shooting anything that moves, and then you find that it's your friend. So look at what you're shooting, and just stay safe, and go slow, because you may know the field, but at night you're going to be tripping over things. If you've never navigated things with night vision and you have like a monocle, that's tough, especially when it gets super dark in the forest. So
Is it
Forget
full auto or
what's north and what's south,
yeah?
right. Full
Is it
auto's fine, as long as you are within those like those kill distances, because you don't want to just full auto in the face.
okay?
I mean, we like ever since what 2011, everyone's wearing face masks now. People are, and if you aren't, I mean, you know what's coming.
This is true. All right. I think we're about ready. And for whatever reason, only 4 of you guys entered the contest. But so good, you have a very good chance of winning. So, all right, we're going to post. We're going to do the spin now, folks. When you're ready. All right, I'm going to click, and we'll do for the first winner. Let's go, Brandon. All right. And for our second decal winner, I'm going to let Brandon pick whether he wants the Evic or the Knife Force. Hey, Scyamp! It looks like you are the winner.
Hey, finally, I win something.
Yay!
It only took 20 years.
Well, congratulations, Brandon and Scyamp. I'll be emailing you. I already have Sciamp's contact information, but Brandon, I'm going to need to get your address, mailing address for the decals, and I'll let you choose which set you want to get sent out to you.
Just give it to me at the game.
Oh yeah, well, okay, I'll do that for sure. And
Yeah, I guess the Night Force one will be fine.
well, you
Or
know
is
what?
there's only the one choice?
You know what?
Because Brandon won first.
Brendan won first, so he gets the first choice. But I have an extra Night Force decal. If you want that one, I'll bring it. I'll bring you one, whichever he picks. How's that?
Okay.
All right. Okay, folks. Ted, is there any let me go. We'll do one circle around to let everybody have any last word or a last plug. Primer,
Brandon,
you wanna...
he'll pick it up at the game.
Oh, okay. Sounds
Perfect.
good. So, Primer, anything you want to plug? Any projects you're working on, or
Just I'll see everybody. If you don't come to the night game, I'll see everybody Saturday. I'll be taking photos of you, some video. Just for the night game, bring a flashlight, and if you have lasers and you are a night vision user, please. I know everybody's like China lasers, yay! Just don't point them in people's faces, please. Just point them at bodies. We don't want people going blind.
Absolutely. Okay, and we'll go counterclockwise here. Archimedes, any you've got a YouTube channel. You do amazing leather work. You're a Renaissance man. What do you got working? What do you got on your project plate?
A couple of different leather projects, just the things that friends have asked for. Spent the whole day underneath my Jeep today working on exhaust and brake lines, and I'm always tinkering with something. We've been trying to play at least one day every week, every weekend, trying to get into shape and get ready for the game.
Hey, round is a shape, all right?
Well, I'm definitely in that one. So we've been looking forward to this since last year. We had such a good time last summer that definitely wanted to come back, and now it's going to be interesting to serve in a little bit different capacity. Just really looking forward to it. Can't wait to see y'all.
Excellent. Doc, what do you got working? What's up, Doc?
Nothing. I just save the world one spot at a time. I'm a chiropractor, so that's my private practice. And then I have my daughter's 4th birthday coming up, so I have to get that taken care of, and I have to fix everything in the house. You know how it is, paint,
Oh yeah,
crap like that.
Yeah, the honey to-do list.
Yeah.
That's a long
That
list
never
right now.
ends.
I'm working on it. I'm working on it. So,
Right, exactly.
buy your tickets, everybody. Deus Ex. There you go. I got to put my plug in. So,
And get one of these amazing patches that Doc's worked up.
well, I don't. I was going to point to as if I had one on, but it's not there. So I don't have a patch with me. But it looks like that.
A great flag, by the way.
Thank you.
All right, Cyamp, what do you got? What are you working on?
Besides cars, nothing. I try to get out when I can play, but like I said before, working 14 hours a day on cars. I was at an event like a couple of weeks ago. Was fun. Crimson Skies out here in Long Island.
Love
So
that game.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, they still run it. I was trying to get in touch with you to see if you wanted to come out, but because I would have picked you up at the train station.
I love that game.
Yeah, and they had a good turnout this year, and they had a whole bunch of different things. But I've been looking forward to get back to Bad Blood. I mean, I missed it last year because of health issues. So that's one time out of 20 years I missed it. Oh well, shoot me.
Oh, well, health is important, especially yours.
I wanted to come. My wife kept saying, "You're not driving 5 hours a
No,
day. You
no,
just got
not
out
the
of the
way condition
hospital."
you're in.
Well, I had a quadruple bypass. I could have did it.
Oh yeah, sure.
Okay.
Okay. Well, hopefully you won't have another one before the end of the month.
That knock on wood.
Yes. All right. Sonic, what are you working on?
This answering questions, trying to be helpful, and just answer questions like this. I will use
Yes.
as much as I can.
Yes, drink water.
That's
Don't-
an example of how not to speak in the dark.
Yes.
Good point.
Trying to
I
be-
want to see you tell the drill sergeant that.
Yeah, but just keeping on, trying to be as helpful as possible. Lots of questions are getting posted. The Facebook Automagic chat groups that get started when we do live feeds. All kinds of good information and good questions in there. The groups are dead, but that's okay. But yeah, it's good questions and just people are just ready to get out there. So
Yeah,
I'm trying to help them.
if you are watching this, if you are on, I mean, everybody's got there's so many other choices now aside from Facebook. That's the old folks social media. So for all you younger players over there, you're on Discord or any other of the apps.
Ventrilo.
So post up where people can talk to you in the Facebook group. If you have any plans or questions. But if you have questions about the game, please post it in the official Facebook groups, especially the Bad Blood series Facebook group.
Yeah,
And,
because even dumb questions are going to help somebody. So if you got any kind of question that you're just not sure of, ask it publicly because somebody else has that same question.
Yep, I get some DMs, and I prefer to have. I tell them ask the question on the public group because there's other, like Ethan said, there's other folks who have the same question. They're just too shy to ask. Anyway, folks, thank you. I want to thank all my guests who are on the panel tonight, and I want to let everybody know to tune in next week. We will hopefully fix the technical issues with JD Boomer. He has a new toy to show you. It's an anti-tank rocket, a real one. So,
well, let's keep in mind that next Sunday is Father's Day.
Oh yes. So hopefully you have gotten your macaroni decoration from your kids at that point, and you chill out in your man cave.
we get this stuff.
Yes.
I get socks and underwear.
Yeah. You know what? Next week we'll show off what we got for Father's Day. So,
Definitely.
okay, folks.
I want more of this stuff.
Hey.
Is it wood?
Yeah.
That's nice.
So be sure to tune in at 9 p.m. next Sunday. And all of you out there who are dads, please have a wonderful Father's Day earlier in the day for myself and for everybody on here. So thanks again for tuning in, and